Atlanta, we also are trying to bring the tech community into it as well, because there are people who are building solutions for content. So over the weekend,
throw out a bunch of problems and see who.
yeah,
Okay.
see what they can pull together.
October 24th. I have to check my schedule. I think I can do that.
I hope so. You were there last year,
Yes,
so it'd
yes.
be nice to see the growth and the development that's happening this year.
Yeah,
so,
it's a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, it's October 24th and 26th. And then the Women iOS meetup gets together. How often?
The Women iOS group, it's really cool how that came about, because there's already the Atlanta iOS development group, and someone just posted on the forum, actually Alicia Carr, who's the founder, she posted on the group, are there any meetups specifically for women in iOS? And that had this whole forum. You were even involved in just like some of that interaction. And then Rusty, who's the founder of the iOS group, he said, I'll help you guys get started. So Alicia reached out for help, and I said, sure, I'll see what I can do. And then boom, we had the first meetup, and that was back in April. And then the second one just happened at the Big Nerd Ranch this past week. And we had Linda Suarez from Veopic, Shan Morrison with Collective Mobile, and then Alania Percival with Women Who Code. And they just sat there and they kind of shared their experience as women in the tech or app development industry, their challenges, and giving a lot of tips to women on how to be more successful. And one of the things that I thought was really great that Linda shared was, when she goes into a meeting, she doesn't say, okay, I'm a woman in this business meeting. She's like, no, I'm a business person in this meeting. Like,
right.
I'm coming with the skills and the talents, and I have the solution for your problem.
Yes.
And I was like, ooh, that's some good stuff. So that was great.
That had that confidence and that
Yep.
know-how. Just walk on in.
Confidence. And that's a big thing. One, confidence is a big thing for everyone, but even more so with women, because we're either double checking or we're going to study our brains off before we do something, as opposed to, yes, study, but then go out there and make it happen.
Yeah. And
being okay with failure. We could, you know what? We could have a whole podcast on just talking about failure and what you learn from it. Because even recently, I had a project that I worked on that did not go the way I thought it would have, and it was, just looking back, I learned so much from it. I learned that, I'm going to be much pickier with my clients from now on, especially if you're coming in as an expert and trying to help them solve a problem, but them not wanting really to take the advice. I can't do anything with that.
Right.
And I have to be okay with, there are people out there like that, and that's okay. It's just that I'm not okay to work with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. You have to, that's part of business, part of life in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. So, ATL Webfest, the Women's iOS group, Raw TV, we'll see something coming up soon, because I really have this personal relationship with Raw TV.
Yes.
I watched some of those 1 minutes.
The 60-second rundown.
60-second rundown. And then you called me up and had me on one of the Raw TV shows. And it was the middle of last year. And I had been feeling frustrated and tired about the hard work that goes into Artist King, the Black Book Conversations. And you're doing it because you love it, because you want to help people. And then sometimes you feel down because the reception it gets or not gets. And I was ready to give up on doing Artist King last year. And I said, you know what, I need to focus on my own art career and getting myself in a better place,
right,
so I can actually help more. And then you had me on the show and asked about Artist King, and I said, yeah, we do Artist King once a year. And I did not want to say except for this year, and I said, okay, we're gonna have to do this, whatever it takes, and whatever size it has to be. Because there are going to be people who actually will benefit from it,
right,
and these are the people you hear about later on, and you decide to do Artist King at whatever size you can, because that you're gonna reach out to somebody, and somebody's gonna use that help, and it's not immediate, it's not a gratitude you get right away, but eventually somewhere down the line, someone says, you know what, because you said this, or because I was here and I did that, now I'm able to move on forward and make a difference. And you feel good about that, and you feel that if you don't do this one thing that that helps people, you feel like you're shortchanging somebody.
Right.
And so I said, okay, we're gonna do it, whatever it takes, and we did it. And we had Artist King. This year we're doing Artist King a little bit different, but it's still there.
I like what I've heard from what you're doing, and like you said, we all, first of all, just you promoting folks, you feel that there is someone that needs to hear this. And that's what I look at when I work on a project. There's someone this is going to touch. There's someone this is going to impact. This is someone that's life is going to be changed. And it might not be that big, overwhelming thing, but it could be a piece to a piece to a piece that they met someone who then changed their life. But at the end of it, you were part of that process.
Yeah.
And that, as artists, as creatives, as business people, sometimes when we're looking at, okay, as what I'm doing, does it really matter? Mm-hmm. Yes, it does.
It does, yes. Good. Very good. I feel good. How you feel?
I feel good too. And I'm so excited that, Root TV, because I've had many of those days of, working on production and, okay, we're putting these shows together and everything, but then cricket or whatever. Yeah. But realizing that, okay, let's rework the business model and make sure that, oh, wait, sales is important to be in business. You know, looking at.
So we need to work on that. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. Working on those things. Sometimes it's okay to just take a breath and refocus. And if refocus means stop and do something else. But when you had, a clear that, hey, you sat here, you didn't want to say that, and now look at the podcast, all the stuff that has come out of it. So I'm so happy to have been. Thank you for having me. So much.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Where can people reach you?
People can reach me, Liberty, at roottv.com. That's ROUTE.TV.com. Liberty at roottv.com. I'm on Twitter, so that's at I_am_Liberty.
Okay.
Instagram, everything is at Liberty. Just Google me. Did that sound vain? That sounded really bad.
That's not vain. You're on Instagram the same way.
Yeah.
I am Liberty.
I am Liberty. And ATL Webfest, ATLWebfest.com. So if you are a web series creator, or if you're just even interested in getting into that web series space,
I'm interested.
Come on out. Because that's one of the things we're doing too, is wanting to make sure that, okay, you have these producers, but you know what? They need marketing materials. Mm-hmm. So do you know someone in marketing? Do you know graphic designers? Do you know web developers? We're really looking at the broad spectrum of what it takes to do video online.
Got it.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to talk about this later with you, but I want to be a strategic partner when it comes to design, so let me know.
Nice.
All right?
I like that.
We'll make it happen.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time, Liberty.
Dan.
Hope to see you soon.
Yes. Thanks, everyone, for listening.
This is DTM of DeltaTangoMike.com, and we will see you next week for another episode of Artist King Podcast.